Meaning what's happening for us in the Masach that remains after Sag is that there we have two kinds of Reshimot. One Reshimo is Bet Aleph of the second restriction. You see here in the yellow highlight. And the second Reshimo, which is Daled Gimel. Daled Gimel. And then it turns out that the Partzuf, in order to beget the lower one, it does a zivug, first of all, on the Reshimo of Katnut, and then on the Reshimo of Gadlut. The Reshimo of Katnut begets the lower one, and the Reshimo of Gadlut already grows the lower one. It's not that two Partzufim emerge from this. But the measure on the Katnut of the Partzuf that is born now, and a measure of the Gadlut of the Partzuf that is born now. And this is all in the upper. And the upper, in such a way, cares for the lower one. And then it turns out that in the birth of the next Partzuf, we have the Partzuf itself, which is its Katnut. Who it is Yigbur, Yenika, the way it goes through, and then Gadlut. What it needs to be already in the form in which it's ripe. These two Reshimot have to be in the upper in order to manage the lower one. This is called the end of an action. It's an initial thought, where the upper already knows what the end will be with the lower one and what form it needs to birth it at and what direction it needs to grow it, every step along the way. Okay? Yes.
About this connection between the Sfirot and Partzufim, you said to Oren Leibovich, it's like a tree and its branches, yeah?
What did we talk about? The fact that there's 10 Sfirot in every place?
What's the connection between the Partzufim? There's one will to receive, right?
The connection between the Partzufim is that all the Partzufim have one mother, Malchut of Ein Sof. All the Partzufim are connected to one another and emerge from one another. All the Partzufim, no matter any Partzuf that does any action, it creates a response in all the Partzufim. It's all one system. All feel all as in their own body. It can't be that there's some smallest change in some place, no matter where, if it doesn't create a shock in the whole system.
Before that, I still don't understand. There is the Bchina Aleph was created, then it gave birth to Bchina Bet. What does it mean that it gave birth to Bchina Bet?
From Bchina Aleph, what developed was Bchina Bet.
So it's the same someone, right? Not someone new.
It's the same one who changed to development.
So what does it mean that it clothes the upper one and the lower one for the other?
That's a natural connection between them. As one is born, now receives from the one that preceded it, from his father. He receives through him the light, the lack for correction.
But it's someone. So it's an action before. What is it?
No, it's not one. It's two
entities,
individuals that emerge one from the other.
So after Tzimtzum Aleph, etc., it becomes a line. What does it mean that the first three Bchinot happen and then everything else happens in the fourth phase? What does all of that mean? Are we talking about one state or all the states at once?
I don't know how to answer exactly for that question. After the first restriction, we have a line, because the Tzimtzum says that you can receive only in order to bestow. And in order to bestow to each and every one, it has a view of its own, it has an ability of his own. It's already graduated, graded. Think more. You will find the answers.
Yes, New York. New York.
Oh, we have New York.
Hello, can you hear me? Just to follow up on this question, everything's happening inside Malchut of Ein Sof, right?
Everything rises to Malchut of Ein Sof, each and everything, yes.
No, I didn't ask if it rises. Everything happens in Malchut of Ein Sof? It's all interchanges of Malchut of Ein Sof?
Yes. I don't know what you want to say by that. Let's say yes.
Okay, second question. We said the world contains a series of partzufim. What's the explanation that I know it's not a physical size, but that the world of Bria is 2/3 of Tiferet, and the world of Asiya is 6 Sfirot?
Each and every olam, a world, has its own characteristics. The characteristics of the world of Atzilut is gar, it's chokhmah and bina in the whole manner. The world of Bria is already bar, it's outside of the degree of Atzilut. There's already no perfection like in Atzilut, but nevertheless, it still is in bestowal. And afterwards you have the world of Yetzirah, which already belongs to the lower ones, and the world of Asiya, which is the lower himself. We will learn this. It's just definitions of where the place of the worlds is. About the worlds we have yet to speak about.